Today on CWN, tests are coming soon.
And baseball has a game tonight. I'm Maddie.
And I'm Aaron, and today's Men's Day, April 26, 2023.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and the pledge to the Texas flag.
The Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The Texas Pledge. Under the Texas flag, I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible.
Attention students, the library is closed today for boot camp.
This past Saturday, the region competition for UI academics took place. This competition was determining competition of students advancing the state or not. Several of our students did advance the state. Listen to Ms. Dietrich for more on who advanced.
Good morning, Calallen. It's so great to be here. We're so excited. It's Monday morning. Couple little bits of information for the seniors. Make sure you get your cap and gown out of that plastic bag. Hang it up so it'll be nice and wrinkle-free for graduation. Make sure also that you're doing your makeup hours that are needed. Get those in like this next week or 2 weeks, and that way your life will be a little bit more comfortable. We sure are looking forward to y'all crossing stage and having a great day. But I have some really exciting news about UIL regionals. We got people going to state right and left. It is amazing. So I'm going to give you their names. In second place, Evan Eden rocked it in computer science. I think we all better get his autograph. He's going to do well. He's also going to nationals and BPA for that. He and his coach, Mr. Eason, well done. Antonio Arias Mendez got second in social studies, so he'll be going with Mr. James. This is Mr. James last year, and so way to go, and Antonio taking him to state. Victoria also got first place in news. Isabel Garcia got second place in accounting. She'll be going to state with Mr. Rourke. We're excited for them. Scott Severs got second in current issues and events with Mr. James, so they'll all be going up to Austin. Landon Tagle, regional champion, sophomore in spelling. Y'all need to hang around because he can spell it all. Way to go, Landon, regional champion. Emma Tips, senior regional champion in literary criticism. Crazy hard test. Well done. We're proud of you. And Albert Wayne got third in a really hard math contest. We're really proud. We had a lot of second place teams as well in regionals, and we ended up fourth overall in regionals, and we're really proud. We're excited. And a shout out to the sponsors, to our science, Ms. Burkhardt and Mr. Smith, our math, Mrs. Swanson and Mr. Sanchez, spelling, Mrs. Rodriguez, our current, I've already talked about Mr. James and how great he is. Isabel Garcia is Mr. Rourke. Journalism is Mrs. Luby. Social studies, talked about again, Mr. James, and current issues and events is Mr. Easton. So well done, coaches. We're really proud of you. Way to go, kids. Way to rock it. We're excited.
AP tests begin next week. Here's Ms. Elmore with more information.
Good afternoon. I have a message for all AP testing students. The AP exams will begin next Monday. For those of you that have a morning test, you want to be here to report to your teacher at around 7:30 or whatever time they so suggest, and then be at the library at 7:45 every single morning so we can get the head counts and get you in your seats and get you ready and settled for the test. If you're an afternoon tester, again, you want to meet with your teacher around 11:15. Come to the library around 11:45 so we can get you in your seats and get you prepared and settled for your test. Want to remind everybody to listen to the instructions that your teachers are giving you because they know exactly how this works and they'll give you all the proper information. Other than that, I just want to let you know and remind you that you've worked all year long for this and you are ready to rock and roll on this exam. So good luck, and we'll see you all next week.
Mrs. John's AP chemistry class had a lab last week over their last unit, thermodynamics. Logan caught up with Mrs. Johns and find more about the lab. Let's take a look.
Good morning there, Calallen TV. My name is Logan Barraza. I'm currently here with Mrs. Johns. So, Mrs. Johns, we understand that you guys did a lab last Friday. Can you tell us more about it, please?
Sure. On Friday, in AP Chemistry, we're studying, one of the things we're studying right now, it's in Unit 9, it's electrochemistry, where if you have a redox reaction, which is when one thing is oxidized and the other one's reduced, you can have electrons move. And that's what it's a battery's made out of, is the fact that when you have a redox reaction and the electrons are transferred from an anode to a cathode, you can create a voltage. So what I did is I kind of set up some spaces around the room. We did 2 different ones where we got a voltage. We did a basic one, and they kind of had to figure out which one. I didn't tell them what was going on, but they could kind of tell because the copper cathode was orange and the zinc cathode was metal color. But anyway, they had to kind of figure that out, and then we changed the concentration to see if that would do anything to the voltage we produced. But we got a positive voltage, which is what we were going for. So we saw that the zinc is the anode, it was oxidized, and the electrons went over to the copper cathode. And when it did that, we created a voltage, which is kind of how a battery works. On the other 2 were more of electrolytic cells. I borrowed some DC power supplies from Miss Compton, thank you, and we were able to send a current through some graphite rods. We used, I don't know if they're 100% pure, we used pencil lead, and then I did have some actual graphite rods. And one of them, the oxidation and reduction took place. We produced hydrogen ions and hydroxide ions in the anode and the cathode, and so you could actually see the color change because I put universal indicator. It was an aqueous solution of sodium sulfate, which didn't really react, so we got red on one side and purple on the other, and they had to kind of figure out what was being oxidized and reduced from that. And then the last one we did on the vent hood, we had chlorine gas, and we had a copper 2 chloride was our solution. We ran a power supply through it, and we actually created chlorine gas. That's why you had to do it on the vent hood. And then the other side, we saw that the copper was getting plated. So from there, they were to figure out which one was the anode, which one's the cathode, and that was really what we were doing today. It's easy for me to explain it, but until you actually can see it, hopefully it kind of sticks with them, and they have a better idea of what we've been talking about in class.
Well, thank you there, Mrs. Johns. And with that, now back to the studio.
The English 4 classes are working on their end-of-year projects. Mr. Scarborough has the rundown on the projects. Let's check it out.
Good morning, Wildcats. It's your boy Fern back at it again, and I'm here with Mr. Scarborough, the English 4 teacher. So, Mr. Scarborough, can you tell me about the project we're doing in English 4 right now?
Yeah, so the research paper that we're doing in English 4 is basically up to the students right now. They can pick their own topic as long as it's, of course, approved by me, and no one's really like copying each other. I wanted everyone to be more engaged by finding stuff that was of interest to them, even if they weren't initially interested. Of course, like they can kind of change it if they want to. It's a little flexible in that respect. And we are also focusing more on just making sure that they get the technicalities right, making sure that they do this correctly, so that way they have the exposure and the know-how on how to do research, whether it's how to do it as a paper or to know when someone else is doing it more correctly.
All right, and how do you think your students are engaging in so far?
As far as engaging with it, some people are definitely running off with like finding all sorts of different papers and articles, even videos to help support their topics in general. And some, of course, are like dreading it because it's research. But I want everyone to know that at the end of the day, we always do it. All of us are always looking for more information. So at the end of the day, aren't we all just doing research?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Wildcat, so I'm here with Fern. So Fern, what are you researching in English 4 right now?
Well, I'm researching about Muhammad Ali and how he impacted the world.
All right, so how are you coming along with this project?
I'm actually liking it so far. I'm almost done with it, but it's actually pretty nice. Facts I did not know about the best boxer of all time and stuff that he used to do. So.
All right, so why did you pick Muhammad Ali?
Well, he's one of my favorite athletes of all time, and like learning about him, like no one knows about the things that he impacted on the world, like with Malcolm X and Martin Luther King and all that. But like, it's a nice fact I did not know about it.
You heard from him. Stay back to the studio.
Recording for senior videos begins next week. Here's more information.
Hey seniors, starting May 1st, you can come down to room 704 and take your senior video for graduation. This is just a 15-second shout out to thank your family and friends and let everyone know what you're doing after high school. This is a friendly reminder that if you are out of dress code, that includes facial hair or face piercings, the video will be deleted and it won't be included in the big senior video. Thank you and check it out.
My name is Carlos Reyes. I would like to thank my parents, and after I graduate, I am going to enlist in the United States Army.
You have a 2-week window, so May 12th will be your last day, and this is a perfect example. He was in dress code and within the 15-second limit. Thank you, and back to the studio. Coach Pacina is back from her maternity leave. We spoke to her for her thoughts on coming back. Let's take a look.
Thank you, Anchors, and good morning, Wildcats. My name is Hope, and I'm here with Coach P. So, Coach P, tell me, how do you feel being back?
Well, I'm excited to be back. I'm excited to see all my students. It was a really good morning coming back and seeing how excited all my students were to see me. I'm excited for softball. We're about to be in playoffs, and I'm not excited about leaving my kids, but I'll bear with it. I'll figure it out.
Well, that's good. And how are you liking the mom life?
Mom life, that's a huge question. No, I'm kidding. It's actually going really good, just learning how to balance my toddler and my newborn, which she'll be a month old. And no sleep, sleep whenever you can, but it's going good.
Thank you. Now that's all, and back to you.
There will be an anime club meeting today from 4 to 5 p.m. in room 412.
Now let's send it to Brooke with the rundown on sports right after this short break.
Hey seniors, when you come up to take your senior video next week, just remember that you can buy all your years of high school, excluding this year's yearbooks, for $10 each. So that means your freshman year, your sophomore year, your junior year. We have all of those yearbooks and you can buy them for $10 each. Thank you.
Thank you, Maddie, and good morning, Wildcats. Aubrey Navarro has been nominated for Caller Times Athlete of the Week. You can vote for her on the Caller Times website. Baseball plays Alice tonight for their final district game. Let's take it to Hayden for the rundown on tonight's game.
What's up, Wildcats? So today we have a baseball game. We got canceled yesterday due to the rain, and today we'll play Alice at 7:30, and it's parent night, so make sure y'all come out support. And it's also a crucial game because Robstown lost to TM last night, 9-8. So if we win today, we have a chance to be co-district champions. So come out. Thank you.
We spoke to Coach Razzo for more regarding softball playoffs. Let's check it out.
Hey guys, I'm Hunter. I'm here with Coach Razzo. So Coach Razzo, I heard we had a playoff game for softball coming up. Can you tell us all about that?
Yeah, we have opening rounds of playoffs starting this Friday night here at Calallen against Port Isabel. The game starts at 6:30. It's a one-game playoff here, so everybody come out and support the team.
All right, and what are your expectations for the game?
Well, we hope to come out and just play as hard as we can and get a win and move on to the second round.
All right, thank you so much, Coach Razzo. That's it from us. Now back to the studio.
A big congratulations to Jacob Carr for making it to state for tennis. Sadly, he lost in the quarterfinals against the number 1 seed. We will have the full story for you when he gets back. And that is the latest on Calallen Sports. Now back to the anchors.
Thank you, Brooke. Now here's Candace with today's weather forecast right after this short break.
Hey seniors, if you haven't paid all the money for your senior ad, please do so by May 1st, which is next Monday. If you don't, you will be added to the school's fine list and may not be able to walk the stage for graduation. If you want to come up and pay or find out how much you owe, come up to room 704, or you can email Miss Luby at mdonald@calallen.org.
Thank you, anchors, and good morning, Wildcats. Today's weather is brought to you by Chick-fil-A. Happy Wednesday, everyone. We did see some heavy rain showers earlier this morning, but as the day goes on, those rain showers are going to diminish. We're going to see some more sunshine, so we're excited for that. Temperature currently right now is 77 degrees, looking at 13% chance of rain, and the wind's blowing from the southeast at 12 miles per hour. Looking currently at our radar right now here at Corpus Christi, we were looking pretty dry, but we saw some of that rain that did make an appearance here this morning. It is now going towards North Texas. Also, there's exactly 36 days till hurricane season begins, and never too early to start preparing for that. We'll have some more weather updates for you as the season approaches. Looking further on into the rest of the day, temperature is going to rise up to 81 at 12, gets high at 82 at 4, drop down to 76 later on tonight. Percent chance of rain also going to increase as the day goes on to 9% at 12, gets high as 15% at 4, drop back down to 9% later on tonight. And the winds will be blowing from the southeast at 14 miles per hour at 12, and then stay consistent at 4, and then drop down to 12 miles per hour from the southeast at later on tonight. Looking further on into the rest of the week's weather, we are looking at a cold front making an appearance tomorrow. It's not going to drop our temperatures too much. We're going to see some more rain and thunder showers tomorrow morning. So on the way out the door, make sure to bring an umbrella just in case. 81 degrees tomorrow, 83 on Friday, and then 74 on Saturday with another cold front later on dropping those temperatures. We're looking at the winds blowing from north-northeast tomorrow at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Pick up to 10 to 20 on Friday, and then pick up to 15 to 25 on Saturday. Also, seniors, there is exactly 23 days for graduation, so make sure you have everything situated for graduation day. That's all from weather. Have a great one, and back to thankers.
Thank you, Candace.
Yes, of course.
And that's all your announcements for today, but now it's time for your joke of the day. So, Maddie, why is a dog's tail like the heart of a tree?
I don't know. Bryce, why?
Because it's the farthest from the bark.
For all you social people out there, make sure you're following us on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram at CalallenTV for all the latest updates. Also, subscribe to us here on YouTube to catch all of our latest videos. And don't forget to catch our Saturday show now at 8:30 a.m. on the Chris 6 and the KDF at 11 a.m. And as always, stay classy, Calallen.